Okay, and we're live. Welcome to the show. I'm Will Forge. My name's William, and today we will forge. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna fumble that every single time. It's a silly little intro that I came up with. That is never gonna be not fumbled. Okay, so we have a lot of the bridge done. I'm really close. Just got some progress done. Got all the way to here. Once this bridge is done, we're going to be terraforming a bit. So that means, like before we get to the base, we're going to terraform a lot of this out, fill in this area to make it accurate as best we can, because anything between that base, pretty much between that side of that base and here, and then all the way over there, can all be built out. And well, actually not that stuff. We're gonna build it on this side, to the door on the far end. Look, I'll go to the. I'll show you on. We're gonna be able to build from basically that central building, like that bridge, for example, to here. We're gonna be able to build the land from that bridge to here, because everything in between there is going to be triangulated by the presence of the bridge and the central structure. Which are both to scale. So then we copy all of that terrain, including this tunnel, over to the other side, and we will have 2 points, both, this point and the tunnel, but for that side, to triangulate the entire rest of the base area, and it will sort of project into the base, so to speak. And so that's what we're going to hopefully get to today. But if not, we're going to be definitely adding the light here and there. We're finishing up this little area and starting to terraform. But for now, I do need to finish this base. I mean, this bridge part. So I've got it named as terraforming for this episode. And we will be I believe that we will be terraforming before the episode is over. Let's see. Now, I do want to check down below. I think that there is a bit of an angle to this. Yeah, it goes up an angle. Maybe I should go into Blender so I can look at that a little better, with a little more light, you know? Yeah, switch up there so I can see chat whenever people come in. Welcome to the stream. We've got several people in. And we're going to go to Blender. We're going to go to Blender, and down in that little corner there, you're going to be able to see, I'm going to be checking out, we're going to actually tab and select, got a box select, all of this so I can hit period, which will change my camera, reset it, and make it work a little better. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is this slope down here. I'll light it up. This slope here does not lead up into this slope. So I was thinking about scaling up this slope until it went down below. I realized that actually just ends there. I mean, I was going to put it inside the wall basically, but no, I'm going to move it here and just put a rectangle here. So that's all I was looking at just now. Okay, let's see. So we're going to want that then. That's a prefab. It's going to have to be broken apart anyway. It's just a copy of this thing, but yeah, and I haven't made any adjustments to it yet. Because that's basically a very similar structure there. Gonna put that there. Drag this out. So we're gonna put that right there for now. And then snap that to there. I wonder if these are the same thickness already. No, they're not. Okay, so we gotta adjust the thickness to make the match. Cool. Good alignment. And flip it over. This is a really rusty piece. I think I might need to tone it down, but this might actually be pretty good. Let's see, and this just goes right to there, I believe. Yeah, right up to this little tiny pedestal here. Bring it back down to the 0.001, and get our little tiny micro adjustments. Okay, so then this one's gonna snap to here. And is that? No, it needs to go a little further down. Let's see. Man, this increased RAM is just perfect. Yeah, once I bring down the rust, you won't see those giant dividing lines on there. I think I will have to bring down the rust a bit. It was fine on the other one because there's just one vertical line. It makes it kind of works with the shape. But like over here, there's this one dividing line, and then it kind of plus signs into that, and it just sort of, you know, it works. It works fine. I would like to be able to like click a button and make it have the rust go to the edge, but can't really do anything about that. But then having two dividing lines and having it not match up with that upper corner is making this one feel a little bit less like a cohesive, you know, setup. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. Bring the grime down. And see, well, this one as well. So they sort of feel like they're one piece, because then the dividing line is a little more faint, and it makes it work out a little better. I'm going to bring the grime down here as well, but it will be a little higher. I don't know. Okay, so there's another issue. This piece is, it's great and all, but there is a thing wrong with it. I want to take this, copy it, 4.55. I think this is going to solve a lot of this little grime problem. So if we click away and click back, because mouse and keyboard is a little bit jacked. You can't make like multiple adjustments inside the menu before you try and go out. Okay, so yeah, that definitely helped. I think might be my imagination, but I'm pretty sure that helped. Yeah, the rust was all like stretched out, and now that I've adjusted now that I've flipped it to where it's stretched out one way, but if you scale it down and widen it, it doesn't get stretched out that way, so then you can turn it on its side and make a much nicer looking rust area. Well, I mean, dirt, anything you want, whatever your grime layer is, it's going to look nicer if you do that. So we kind of have a nice slope here on both. And it looks like in the original they kind of match the angle of each of these. And that is actually that is because of this. It needs to be scaled out, because mine is thin like it's supposed to be over there, but it's not thick like it's supposed to be over here. Need that. Oh, hey. Yes, you are grinding hard, my friend. Thank you for this. No problem. Yeah, I've been like every day since Forge release, just about. I think I skipped Thanksgiving and maybe one other day. But yeah, so yeah, it's the American Thanksgiving. Okay, there we go. And this is going good. I can't wait to get to my glow up version, because all these angles are left exactly as the original, but I have ideas for how to make them like that. There's a piece down here. That piece right there is like perfect for like rebuilding this, but like having a more modern Forerunner aesthetic to it. And like flawless is like really perfect for that spot. And I can't wait to get to that, because that's going to be really cool. Now this is way too long now based on what's below, but I'm actually going to, instead of shrinking it, I'm going to drag these in to give me my new location, because as you can kind of see down in the lower right corner, there is, like, it lines up with here-ish. So it's just shy of that, of the, basically right, it's just shy of this part right here, basically. So I'm going to go into mouse and keyboard and get a little bit of a precise, ooh, I thought I'd be able to see the yellow outline. I forgot that disappears. Okay, I guess I will have to, I'll have to scale these first. I thought I was going to be able to do that. Kind of forgot that was a thing. Okay, so this one needs to go back to like... Okay, it needs to end there, roughly... This should work. Yeah, that should work. And if not, then I will make more adjustments. I'm going to bring this one back too far and then adjust it back out, because the difference between these 2 points is still the same as the other one. Let's go to move. So if I shore that up and make it sort of attached there. Well, that, yeah, it looks right. Okay, so that is now lining up much exactly with this. That's not... I think I need to go a little bit further back. It's like... Okay, well that's too close. Anyway, I didn't adjust the top part, so I can't test the jump yet. Okay, so I think that... Yeah, we're going to select both. Control W. Bring it back a little more, and then we'll skip... Oop. Is that right? Yeah, brought it back out. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Deselect it this time before I accidentally tap my joystick on my controller. There we go. Okay. And bring this back up to there. There we go. And we can bring this back in. And once this is in, I can test the jump. Get a little faster than that. Oof. I think I found yesterday evening that I'm slightly faster when not live streaming. Just slightly. Not enough to like not live stream just so I can finish faster. But enough to be like, man, I think saying everything I'm doing as I do it might slow me down a bit. Okay, so you do have to clamber up here, but you don't have to in the original. Let me go back to Master Chief Collection. I'm pretty sure I jumped up there with a single crouch jump. Let me see. Oh, I jumped up to the left. Oh, right. It's much wider. I forgot about that. Yeah. That was something I did see before, but I didn't make that adjustment yet. If I try and crouch jump... Yeah, okay, so you can crouch jump that really easily in the original. This height is the same as that height, so I definitely need to bring the roof down. Oh wait, no, there it goes. I was just doing it wrong. Okay, cool. Perfect. It is good. I knew because I could crouch jump that one, so I figured I should be able to crouch jump this one because this is the same, and then this is the same. And it seemed weird that I'd have to adjust it, but I was just going to go with it because that seemed like it was had to happen, but... Bring that... Let's see, there we go. Much faster. Let's see. Okay, so we got that scaled, and we'll just delete this one. And copy it over, and then we will adjust the width. Oh, that's not right. Gotta duplicate it first. Okay, so first of all, it does actually have a point over here where it ends. Okay, yeah, cool. So they basically just stretched it. This is the same width. This piece is the same width, but this is just as wide as that. So what we want to do is we'll stretch that out in a second. First, let's focus on grabbing all this top piece. I'll even prefab it so I can grab it again afterward even more easily. Is that teleporter in Master Chief Collection? It might be getting annoying for some people, so I'm going to back it up. I'll go around it. Look at it from this angle. Okay. I say it's probably getting annoying for some people, and it's me. It's me that's getting annoying for. I was just sitting here like, yeah, no, it's probably getting annoying for some people, but I was the one who was like, that's in my ears, in my headphones right now. I don't want that. Did I miss the main piece? I did. That's hilarious. And that's even funnier. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's a prefab now, so I'm going to have to de-prefab it. And then I need to select, I need to do up, I need to hit Y, and then I need to go like this. Let's see. There we go. And then this one, Y. As I've been saying since the very first episode, if this happens to you, don't panic, because the location of the object has not changed, only its rotation. So select it. Set your pivot point to this point where it's at the end piece, not in the middle. In the center, the origin point or rotation point won't help. go to the end piece, press Y to reset it, and then fiddle around with it until you find the right spot with just rotation, no movement. You'll be tempted to move. Trust me, if you reset and you adjust, you will find the correct location. This one needs me to move so I can get a better angle. There we go. And now it's all back to normal, and I can prefab it again. It looks like these little tiny ones didn't move, and I think that the whenever that happens, I think it has something to do with the scale of the object. Wait, what? Did I seriously make this? Oh, I thickened it, but I never adjusted that. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm going to fix this one real quick. This one needs to be scaled. Taller. Interesting. And whoop. That actually might make the angles look a little bit better. I'm not sure. Here. Because what I had was these angles were not exactly perfect on purpose. Because it kind of made it look kind of rounded. And, no, that definitely should be scaling nicely. Oh, it is. Okay, my selection box is messing with my head. So these on the original are actually the exact same slope, but if I make this one any taller, then it messes with these, and it's just something you can't do with Forge at the moment without messing this angle up. It's just, yeah. Glenn, how's it going? Oh, thanks. This keeps happening to me. I'd almost completely abandoned prefabs. Oh, it is happening. Good, good, good. No problem. How's it going, Glenn? Glenn is in. I promise I won't make that a thing. Unless you want it to be a thing. Anyway. Let's see. Gotta get this. I promise I'm not gonna mention what you know I want to mention and ask about. I'm not gonna mention it because then you'll, yeah. It might bother you. I don't want to rush. But yeah, on I know I've been like blasting you on like not blasting, like shouting you out on Twitter a lot. And you've got more followers and more viewers than me and more subscribers than me, so it's like it's kind of funny to have the smaller stream doing that. Had a good night of sleep finally, so I feel great. That's good. That's really good. Good night's sleep is very important. I actually also had better night's sleep last night than I do normally. I didn't go to sleep at 3 a.m. or anything like that. I went to sleep at like 2. It was great. A whole extra hour. But yeah. That is fantastic though. Oop, wrong direction. No, don't duplicate it. No, what are you doing? What happened to my scale? It did not undo my scale. That's weird. Undo gets really messy in this. Oh, look at that. I gotta do it all over again. Let's fix it again. I'm gonna file a harassment report on you. Yeah, exactly. Man. You keep tagging me. I know, for real. And I keep telling people it's coming. But I don't know. If you want me to stop, I can. If there's too much pressure, for real, I will. if you do want me to stop. But I'm pretty sure that it's just going to get you more views. Not many more. It's just that because I'm not like I said, I'm the smaller streamer of the two. Well, I guess you don't stream, so I'm not really the. At least you don't stream on YouTube. You probably stream somewhere else. And I still need to look into that. I didn't get to it yesterday after Aaron told me about it. The dual stream system where you can like stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I should definitely get that. Especially now that I have enough RAM. It might, might have killed my computer before. Okay, I'm grabbing the wrong angle. Here we go. Now I can twist it into position. There we go. That should work. Okay. Now that's all good. Now this needs to be fixed because it got all messed up. I'll just snap it to there and then rotate it. Oh, I switch my origin again. Let's see. Taking my sweet time, prioritizing my mental well-being. Yeah, good job. And that's why I'm saying, if you need me to stop advertising it for you, then please say the word and I will do so, because I don't want to mess with your mental well-being. I don't want to rush you. But man, is it going to be really cool. Just make sure you get it done in time for me to finish like some maps before the custom game browser comes out. That's my only request. I won't rush you for anything else. Like, I don't even mind releasing Waterworks without that thing moving for a little bit. I might add a sound effect. But yeah. There's no rush, it's just a video game. Let's see. But then again, we could make history. Just kidding. No, you can. You will be in the credits of a lot of things, whether you rush it or not. Like, unless somebody else beats you to it, then, which is not likely, then you're gonna end up in a lot of credits, which is gonna be really cool. I'm not sure what to do about these flags. If anybody has any ideas to do about the flags, like, I could build a flag and try and like. Actually, I could check the prefabs online and see if. Oh. Interesting. I just realized that get away from this. It's not as loud over where it was, but it's still a little loud. I think if I draw a straight line here, it gets to that corner, and I messed that up. I need to move that back. I mean, it's not a huge mess up, but technically it is a mess up. Let's see. I'm gonna try to make the system using another method to see if it's more performant, and also need to stress it. Yeah, stress test. Yeah, stress test it. Yeah. Yeah, you do what you need to do, because you're the one with the expert knowledge on the scripting. I think is the you know, like whatever you need to do to get that thing up and running is great. I assume is it a difference of like the current one is moving multiple objects and rotating and doing cool stuff, but like it's having trouble with like more objects? Is that why you're trying to find a different method? Or like a upgraded method? Is it's or did you just think of something that's like, this will make it so much simpler? Because I know that it's I already know it's working for a small object, but then I imagine that once you scale it up, it gets more and more. Hey, thank you for making this. I cannot wait to play. Yeah, no problem. You're welcome. I can't wait to release it. I didn't realize I bit off gosh, this has got to be like the most complex map, like in up until of course, like as I'm making this, I'm realizing, yeah, this is actually more complex than like I think I need to not move that like that. I'm gonna have to. Looks like it's not wanting to snap like weld, so I'm gonna have to grab it like this, drag it over. I think this map might be more complex than like Halo 3 maps. Like, I was looking at other people's Valhalla, and I was looking at mine, and I was like, their Valhalla is not complicated at all, and it just become 1-to-1 wouldn't take a lot of work either. It's like really close, but like the complexity of that central structure alone was like, it was someone having a field day with a bunch of chamfers in their 3D modeling. That right there, that little slope right there, that like cut corners like that, that's called a chamfer. And they were just having fun with chamfers. If it's a right angle, it's a chamfer. Or no, sorry, if it's a single cut corner like this, it's a chamfer. Otherwise, it's a bevel. Bevel? I think it's a bevel. Is that the right word? Anyway, it becomes a curve if you add more chamfers, basically. Thank you. He's saying it's looking phenomenal. Thank you. Basically, this whole map is just somebody like having fun making things and then just chamfering edges. It's like chamfered edges there, chamfered edges here. Everything is like little cut corners here and there, and it makes it look really cool. And that makes more pieces for me in Forge, and like little tiny pieces that otherwise shouldn't be necessary. You know what I mean? Or I can add like a single, like, you know, new Forerunner piece that just serves the entire purpose. and make it not 100% one-to-one. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm not compromising on so far. I want it to be literally one-to-one and then just have better textures. So this needs to be put in, and the floor needs to be adjusted, but actually this awning looks about right. This needs to be fixed. I actually never put the light in here. It's just sort of like a walkway that falls off. But yeah. I also, by the way, yesterday I just messed around. This isn't that great looking because it's going to be underground. But I was trying to make it to where you have like a, if I put this on the, I'm probably just going to put a single triangle piece there. But anyway, I was going to release this as a prefab later, this whole bridge and tunnel system. Maybe just the bridge and then the tunnel, and make them sort of separate pieces so you can mix and match them how you want. But I figured not everyone's going to put it underground. Like the dirt level is here for me, roughly. And so this is going to be thoroughly under the ground. But I figure if you want to put it into your map, you're going to want that sticking out so you can like line it up and then put the ground where you want it. So yeah, I threw that together. It doesn't look good at all. I just threw it together in like 2 seconds by duplicating a block. Okay, so yeah, you can get up here and that's going to be cool. I'm gonna do, what's the next thing? The floor would probably be the next thing. I can turn this thing into a proper little column instead of a full-blown cover. Oh, there's things being said. It's going to be complicated anyways. The trick is that I have my own scheduler to manage transformation on a separate thread. Oh. And there's a delay for a few ticks from when you call the manager and when it moves the object. I think there might be a way to have a smaller delay. Oh, nice. So basically you're creating, I saw your video on creating delta time. After, like, I think I had watched that on Twitter, but then didn't have it as watched on YouTube. So I was like, I think I've seen this, but I don't know why it's not working. So I assume you might have posted to Twitter and that's how I saw it. Or maybe you read it or something like that. But I feel like I saw it, and then I saw it again like 2 days ago or yesterday. Whenever you linked me to your YouTube, and I was like, what? How am I not following you on YouTube already? That's weird. And then yeah, so basically whenever I saw that, I was like, oh, he's creating his own delta time. Now I understand how he's making it smoother. He's not relying on the time.delta time of, well, that's the Unity code version. I guess not everybody does that. Not everyone calls it the same with the syntax. But anyway, the point is that he was like, I was like, okay, well, that finally makes so much sense on how he's getting this so smooth and like working together and everything. I'm sure that's a vital component. But you probably rebuilt that. I'm sure you're not using that exact same code from that tutorial, because that would be like, I'm sure you can like build it into it. Oh, whoops. I didn't need to flip that over. I thought I needed to. And then I can bring this down into the floor. And actually, there's going to be a new floor, so I'm just going to sit that. Well, actually, I do want the rust in, all the way to the floor, so I'm going to clip it through the floor. And you get that little edge. I'm getting rid of that edge by putting it inside the floor. And then I'm going to rotate it. But that's crazy. Is that what you mean, by the way, whenever you say you're... you have your own scheduler manager and stuff like that? In my glow up version, how cool would it be, just a question, to have a cave here? To like have a doorway. I'm looking on the Master Chief Collection, by the way. I'll go down in the original. I mean the new one, so it's bigger. To have like a cave right here that goes through and maybe goes down a slope. Like, what if there's a cave there and it goes, I'm looking back in Master Chief Collection again, down and around and slopes down to down here, like a little ramp, or something to that effect. To translate, the translate manager doesn't use the global / delta time. Correct. It relies on some funny events. I called it scheduler, but I don't know if it's the right term. No, I think that makes sense. I mean, I was able to kind of figure that out, that you meant like a delta time manager sort of thing, like or delta time, I don't know, calculator, determiner. I think that sounds like a good name. But yeah. What do y'all think about a cave down there? Let me know if y'all think that sounds like dumb. Because one of the reasons is because I want to get rid of this ramp and actually put a bridge out to a teleporter receiver and move the teleporter away from here. Not in my 1-to-1 version, of course, as I keep on saying, but in the the glow up version, because the way that the teleporter receiver works over here, it doesn't isolate you from your main base enough to create forward momentum. People generally just come out and grab the rocket launcher and then hop back down and run straight back to the base, or kill vehicles here, or go back that way. And because of that, it just reduces the forward momentum. But if I move you over here and you have to walk in, it's going to psychologically, like, I feel that I would be psychologically affected in a way where I'd be like, now I have two choices: left to base, right to enemy base. And every time that happens, that choice is going to go into my head and be like this way, it's like I come out and I feel like I'm in cover, I'm still in my base, I'm here. I know it's down the lower right corner. Let me do this up here. Again, and that way you can see a little better. I don't want to stretch Master Chief Collection out to make it bigger. Basically, you emerge from this teleporter, and you come out, and you're like, there's the bridge, that's the enemy base, I'm in cover, that's dangerous. I feel like I'm in cover still. I feel like I'm still part of my base. I feel like I'm just emerging from it. I'm not gone yet. Then I come out here and I grab the rocket launcher and I go, okay, cool. And I need to get back in cover. I'm in danger. And I'm probably even getting shot at by a sniper by now. So I really need to run back into cover and get back into, keep safe. Or well, there's going to be cover here. So you can use that cover and be like, okay, I'm safe. Where do I go? That's far distance. This is short distance. Quickly, get behind here. Okay, now where do I go? Okay, I'm going to go back to the base so I can defend the base with the rocket launcher in case an enemy tank comes. That's basically how the psychology of the teleporter in the original Waterworks works. And you almost always end up moving back to your base and not doing anything. But if you come through and you're like, I'm going to be the flag, the person who grabs the flag right now, or something like that. I'm going to attack the enemy base. So you come out, then you're just going to run right through here. You're going to grab the rocket launcher maybe, and you're going to keep going, but only if your goal was to go to the enemy base already. If your goal is to just grab the rocket launcher, you're not going to think, ooh, I need to get behind this cover, okay, because that's really far away, and then, ooh, I'm just going to defend over here. It just sort of psychologically, most people end up going back to the base. So if I move the teleporter over here, and I have a bridge coming in here, and I make it to where, and I also was thinking about making a giant pit here so that you have a repulsor pit to throw people into. There's already one in the middle, but putting another one over here would not hurt at all. And no one uses this area except for to come up this ramp and to get their vehicle jammed, like their tanks. So anyway, you teleport in there, you're going to come across a bridge here, probably a light bridge, and I might even make it to where you have to turn it on. And so you can't infiltrate the enemy base without a grapple hook or a repulsor until they decide to turn on their thing, or you enter their base, teleport out, and turn it on. And then you can teleport into their base. And that will be like a sort of very Halo 2 style map development that goes mid-match. And then once you come in here, though, like I was saying, you're going to psychologically be like, I'm in cover, I'm safe. I can't be shot at by up there, I'm safe now. Now I have the choice, that way or that way. And this is actually not that far away. And there's going to be a giant rock column there, so you can be like, okay, cool, I'm attacking, and that'll give you some forward momentum, which is exactly what Max Hoberman was saying was a flaw in the original map, is lack of forward momentum for defenders. I come out here because I want to grab that rocket launcher, but once I get here, I'm pinned down, there's a sniper up there, I can't get to the rocket launcher. Okay, I'm going to go attack the sniper. Now I'm over here, I'm halfway to the enemy base anyway. Okay, I'm going to go up here, I'm going to get into the middle of the whole map. He's up there. Oh look, I got him, and now, I got him, and he didn't react fast enough, or maybe I even jump up here and get a good beat on him. And once I've got him killed, look, that was a good example. There was a Master Chief up there, a little body up there. I can be like, okay, cool, kill the sniper, and now I'm halfway to the enemy base. It's worse to go back to my base and defend it. I'm going to be an attacker now. I'm going to transition to an attacker and get going. And that's the forward momentum that lacks in the original Waterworks that the updates that I'm making are going to fix. For example, your base is going to be there, I'm going to stretch it out and put it onto this cliff. But the 1-to-1 version is going to be the original, so you can relive the original if you want to. And then I'm hoping that the glow up is good enough to be worth being put into like matchmaking. Like that's the goal. I want to make a map so good that they want to put it into matchmaking. And but I'm just wondering if y'all think a cave over here would replace that ramp really well, because then the attacker, yeah. I called it schedule. This is too much big brain stuff that you're saying. I mean, it's big brain level design, I guess. It's hard for me to think of that as big brain because it comes to me very naturally. But that's like my talent, I guess. But I don't. But I haven't gotten to use it in any form of profession ever. So I'm just like, yeah, okay, this is literally just, this is just deleted and it's the exact shape. That's the exact shape of this piece up here. So basically I'm hoping that this actually improves Waterworks and maybe makes it worthy of matchmaking. But y'all tell me if you'll think at least tell me if this cave can be here, should be here or not, because I'm iffy about it. I'm like, if there's a cave here and it comes down here, and then there's like a giant hole right here. I know this in Master Chief Collection, but in the corner it's small. But I want to show y'all in the original. I wanted to basically there'd be a platform there and a bridge across to there, and that ramp would be gone, and this would be a giant pit with water in it, and a death pit, and then there could be a cave coming down here, and the death pit could kind of end here and have a little natural cave coming out with a little, forerunner door up there, but natural down here, and then that would replace that ramp there, and that ramp was never really it was always in a kind of a weird space anyway, so it'd be kind of interesting, I think, to have something to keep the ramp, or to keep a ramp, but move it. Let's see. I wouldn't mind seeing a Waterworks 2 where you do all sorts of outrageous stuff that makes it work with infinite movement, maybe little bit better. Yeah, that's basically the goal. Is this is Waterworks 1-to-1. I'm going to call it Waterworks Classic, and then I was going to make a Waterworks and either just call the updated one like Waterworks and just be like, this is the Waterworks for Infinite because it's designed for Infinite, or make it, or add another kind of subtitle sort of thing. Like Classic. I just don't know what I would call it. I was trying to come up with a pun, because I love puns, and Bungie loves puns. The like Bloodline, and like Coagulation, and like what's the one in Halo Reach called? It means basically gap, or like crevice. I just can't remember the name of it. I'm sure someone has already sent it in chat by the time that you've heard this, but the delay has made it to where I can't see yet. Basically, I was thinking about trying to come up with something like that, like for Waterworks, but the word Waterworks is hydration. Yeah, hydration would be pretty good. I was trying to think of like hydro. Hydro system, I don't know, something. Hydro system sounds terrible, but like water works. I was gonna try and come up with like a hydro something. Hemorrhage, that's it. Yes, and that just means like a gap, like the cliff like opened up. A hemorrhage is just a gap, So it was brilliant because it's a hemorrhage and a dry gulch are pretty much indistinguishable. Like an area where the ground opened up versus an area where the water dried up. Fluid labor. Fluids employed. Y'all both had the same exact thought. That's brilliant. Just different directions. Oh wait, I didn't want to do that because I wanted this to be lined up here. I do have the height right, so I can just drag it. This is actually easier to manually drag left and right than it would be to manually get the height right. So, snapping to the height is... I think it's funny that Clen, with all of his coding god knowledge, called what I was saying earlier big brain stuff, and I'm like, are you serious? Like I keep on thinking about that. I keep on going back to that in my head and thinking, no, that's not big brain stuff. What you're doing is big brain stuff. This is just like feeling out sort of like how I feel whenever I go through the teleporter, and being like, I bet I can make that feel different if I do this. Like, that's emotion almost, you know what I mean? That's like psychological analysis of my inner gamer as it's going through the game. That's not that big. That's just inner. It's good, like introspection, I guess, during the match. But like big brain stuff, that's your coding. That's your like, your script god stuff. You know what I mean? That's like whenever you make someone else's mind blow, because they just saw like, like 10 objects or something like that all rotating at the same time in the same shape and all that, and maintaining their relative locations and stuff. That's big brain. To me, at least. Let's see. I am gonna... Oh, wait, this slope is literally what I'm looking for. I was just about to be like, I'm gonna go make a slope. We alpha sigma males don't have any emotions. Yeah, exactly. So I think I just realized that this slope doesn't need, this is just the right piece already. And it's kind of funny. I'm like, I was about to create this. Okay, so I need to do that, but then I need this to snap to that piece there. No, it's just gonna... Oh, okay. I need this to grow. Okay. I need this to go all the way out and then sort of poke out, and then I can bring it back. Just a tad until it's hidden. There we go. And then whenever I snap this to there, it'll just be perfectly lined up with the edge there. And that will be my floor. I still need to do the underside of the floor. Oh, too far, because I scaled this up. I might be able to fix that by scaling this up too. I'm going to delete it, actually. Whoop, duplicated it. Okay, oh, no. Jeez, I keep doing that. Okay. I will forever press the wrong button with duplicate, I think. I don't think I'll ever stop doing that for the entire time this game is out. If it happens, it'll be like year 5. And I'll be in the middle of making something ridiculous. And it'll suddenly dawn on me that I have not accidentally duplicated my object in several, I'm gonna turn off magnets and do this in like several maps or something like that, and I'll be like, oh man, look at that. Finally learned. Just took me so many years. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, I thought you'd sent a new message just now. Let's see. I went to read it. Like in my corner of my eye, I thought I saw something. It's the analytics. It's like, I don't know if you guys have ever gone live on YouTube, so I will just drag this up. It's analytics over here, and it's constantly updating and showing me how many concurrent viewers are on. But then over here is the chat, and every single time, like this is twitching in the corner, and then every time this updates, I'm like, oh my god, someone sent a message, I gotta look over there and read it. So I keep on glancing over there and being like, oh no, it's just analytics. It's just telling me how many people are in the stream and watching it and stuff. And I'm just seeing it in the corner of my eye. Okay, so we've got our textures not really lined up, actually. But I can line it up because this is going to be a cliff wall. Let me get away from this teleporter before it makes me go insane with the sound. It honestly just makes me feel like I'm playing from a teenager again. But it also kind of makes me go a little bit insane whenever it sits there for a long time. So I could scale it in to get the textures to loop correctly, but I'm going to scale it out because it's going to be inside of a cliff anyway. And if I go out this way, I can match it up like really close to make those lines go there. Look at that. I need some micro adjustments. That's why I flew over here. But look at that. I mean, it's not 100% perfect. There's like little bits there, here and there. But actually, you know what? Maybe I should line up centered. I think I can go that way too. Yeah. I'm going to turn it around and go on the other axis. And that'll kind of drag it out until, because like I said, it's going to be inside a wall. And I think it's going to be, if I do add the thing I was saying earlier, the little cave there, I'm going to have to adjust this one thing, because this is going to be in the way at that point. Ooh, that's a nice spot right there. So I think I'm going to flip it over, because then it'll keep my angles both available at the same time. There we go. And then line that up perfectly. Okay. Now it's got a nice little alignment, and that will look nicer. You won't even notice that it's two different pieces, except for that there's a stripe of no rust. But yeah. Let's see. Aqua Slave is looking good. That's not bad. Yeah. Fluid employment. Let's see. What about... Ooh, what about hydrostatic? Ooh, that just popped in my head. I was thinking about gears, and I was like, what if I, like, hydro... or hydroelectric or something like that, but, like, hydrostatic sounds really good to me. And I was like, gears are, like, you know, working on each other, and I was thinking about how I could get, like, pull some clockwork in. But then it popped into my head, you know, because I was thinking about frictions and stuff. And then suddenly hydrostatic popped in my head, and that sounds really nice to me. What do you guys think? Because that, yeah, yeah. I've been racking my brain for weeks about this, so this is like, yeah, this is new new thought completely for just now. So I'm a little mind blown about it myself. If that's, I don't know about you guys, if that one fits for y'all. In which case, I could just call this one just straight Waterworks because it is the one-to-one Waterworks. But that's the thing, people are going to search for Waterworks to find Waterworks. So that's why I was considering calling this one Waterworks Classic and then calling the updated one something like just straight Waterworks. I like it. You're thinking of a name for the alt version, right? Yes, exactly. I am. It is the alt version. Oh, this is upside down for this. I need to turn it around. This is one thing I would like them to change about the tool is this direction for slopes. Some of the items just scaled in the wrong direction. I did this, by the way. I'm doing this now because I did it over here and it looked really nice. Even though one-to-one, the metal, the underside is just straight metal all the way across. I had partially done it over. No, it was over here that started it. At first, I had just had this piece coming in from the side that went in. And they were touching in the middle, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool, but actually... And I was planning on filling it in with just all metal. But it looked so cool to have the two colors that I was just like, you know, I'm going to keep that. And down here, I've just been doing the metal with rusty sides, like they're getting rained on from the top of the room. But over here, on this slope, rather than building out a metal piece, I'm thinking about doing the same thing I was doing over on the other part. Is there sort of protrusions? I like it. You're thinking of a name. Oh, yeah, that's the same thing. But then, like I was just saying, by the way, I'm letting you chat catch up because the delay in the thing. That's why I'm talking about other stuff. But basically, yeah, the name, if I go with... if I change it from Waterworks, most people are just going to be searching the database for Waterworks. And unless my map gets so popular that everyone knows that there's a Waterworks alternative named this... like hydrostatic, then yeah, one possibility is you can set your own tags. So I might be able to, you can create your own tags for your map. I just realized that I didn't actually have this that far down. I had it like an 1/8 or so, like up in the other one. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. I noticed that people were finding my maps easier when you add the H1, H2, etc. to the word remake in the map name. Okay. I have it as a tag, but I don't think people are searching by tags. I think eventually they might. Like whenever there's a ton of Halo 2 maps, like remakes maps, they're going to search for remake. They're going to search for H2 in the tags or whatever, and then they'll find it. But if they're just looking, I need to move this temporary light over here. This is my light up the underside of the bridge light so I could work. And I'm going to move that over here so I can see. Because I'm just sitting here like fiddling away and not realizing I could just do that. But yeah, so basically, yeah, I might. That's a good point. These are all good points about finding maps. I think yeah. So that some people are not going to find. Some people are going to look for just Waterworks. Are going to search for Waterworks because they want Waterworks specifically. And I don't want those people to get confused and not know what they're looking for. Most people will search keyword rather than tag. That's why it's nice to include the word remake in the name. Exactly. So if I do Waterworks in parentheses remake, or one-to-one remake for this one, what if I call this one, what if I call not this one. This one is going to be the one-to-one, because that's the one I'm working on right this second, and I'm going to use it like a blueprint. Sneaky. Maybe I'll lie on my tags. Yeah. Just be like, oh yeah, this is totally a Halo 2 remake. Yeah. Oh, sorry, it wasn't. Oh, my bad. Now you're looking for a remake, and you found mine instead. It's an original one. Really cool. You should try it. Is that what you mean by lie on your tags? Just to get people's attention on it. But yeah, I think what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, and I started acting out that. I think, oh, you know what? That's a good height where the transition in the texture occurs on that one is a pretty decent height. Maybe a little bit lower. So yeah, so if I name this one, the 1-to-1 version, if I name it Waterworks, like in parentheses, 1-to-1 remake, and then I do my updates to it to improve it, and then I name that Waterworks, you know, in parentheses, or sorry, not Waterworks in parentheses. If I put it like if I go with hydrostatic, I don't know if you guys like that one. I know maybe one person said, yeah, 1% I like it. Hishi Shibuti said that they would like it, and yeah, a return viewer, which yeah. That's surprising to me. I'm just making maps. But anyway, so what they basically, what was I going to say? If I name this one like hydrostatic in parentheses Waterworks remake or something like that, then that could work. And I could theoretically, like if Bungie, not Bungie, if 343 decides to put it into a playlist, which is a possibility because they're planning to do that, and everyone is requesting classic, you know, map playlist and stuff like that to be able to play all of these on, even if it's just for like one event, then they might request me to like rename it just straight up hydrostatic or something like that, or whatever. If it ends up in a playlist or becomes like something like that, then I think it will have enough notoriety that it won't need the in parentheses, you know, 1-to-1 remake in the title. But until then, it does, so it would probably benefit from having that for for the search purposes. So I think that's what I'll do. I don't know if it's going to be hydrostatic, but that did sound nice. So if you were going to change the name, yeah, I'd 100% go with something like hydrostatic Halo 2 remake. If you add parentheses that touch the words, it's no longer searchable. Really? Oh, I'll remember that. I know. Oh, because it's special characters. Can you even add that, or are you even allowed to publish it with parentheses? Because it is special characters, and that is something that it doesn't work with, which is a very normal thing, by the way. If anyone's wondering about particulars of that, of why it would be that way, it's very common for games to not be able to do that, to be able to, you know. I need to go look at these lights, but not by the teleporter. It's so loud. Yeah, let's see. Remake, bad, remake, good. Okay. So if it's touching, it breaks it. That's interesting. I think I have that for my ladder set like that. Do I? I'll have to look that up. I might have made a mistake already on that. Okay, so this is like really short. Whoops. I'll look at it so I can get a better angle on it. Okay. This needs to be like ankle height. And to be honest, it's mostly not a giant block, and I'm gonna have to replace the block. The block is gonna mostly be for snapping things into position, and be the back side piece. So which light should I put here, though? This is a thin one, I believe. Yeah, thin, long. Okay. I know which ones to put there. I had them in the middle of the map. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna put... It's actually UNSC lights. I keep on using UNSC lights because they actually are more like the original Forerunner lights. Is it this one that I'm thinking of? Why'd the rotation get messed up when I placed it? This is the one I used for the bottom of this. That might be too thin. Yeah. There's one I used in the central structure. Oh, people are saying things. You would have to search remake to find it rather than remake. Oh, I see what you mean. That explains it. That definitely makes a lot of sense. Is this the one that I used in the central structure? Yes, I think it is. And it's once again, for some reason, breaking. Let's see. It's rotation. Okay, that is at a 45-degree angle. Okay, there we go. So this one should work. And actually, you know what I might do? I'm going to break it away from Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna do the one that is no light. There we go. Covered. What was it? This one? No. What's it? This one? Yes. Because this one can be scaled, and I realize that, and I might go over some of my lights in the other areas. But basically, I can make this one exactly what I want, and then add a light object to it to make the actual light itself. The actual, you know, what is that called? It's not physics, so can't even think of it. Just lighting. The lighting light. Yeah. Okay, so basically, so what do y'all think about hydrostatic? I know it's not near publishing time for that remake at all, so it's not really a decision I need to make now. But since we were talking about it, I think that sounds like a decent name for it. Unless you can think of another name that would imply, like, I really like the idea of implying the pumping action. Water pump just seems too simple to me. I had thought of that one before, and I was like, that's cool, that would work, but I feel like it's a little bit basic for something like this. So I decided to try and find something else. There's someone making one of these, by the way, that's in a desert, and that's such a cool idea for Waterworks for me, because it's like, to me, because it's water, you know? It's trying to get water out of the ground, so like, having it like, yeah, this is the only source of water for miles or whatever, is a really cool concept for the theme of the original map, too. And I think that's a great idea, and they were in my comments section on one of my videos. I haven't seen them, that I don't remember what their name was, so I could be talking. It could be one of you guys. I could be talking to them right now, and I forgot. I think I explained that like last session. I play D&D, so I think I call those sessions. Anyway, last what do you call it? Stream. That's the word. I had talked about how I'm pretty sure I have ADHD and that I have a really bad time remembering people's names, and that is and this is one of those cases where I'm like, God, I could be talking to them right now and I wouldn't remember, because I don't remember who it was that told me that. And they're in the comment section on one of my YouTube videos, like I think maybe the first one, and I was like, oh cool, they're making a desert one. That's actually a really good idea. I should have thought of that. No, I'm kidding. I want to make a one-to-one. I don't want to make you know, my remake is still going to be Waterworks. It's still going to be a cave, you know, because that was Waterworks. Maybe I'm too stuck in the past with that, but because the desert one sounds such a great remake idea. But whatever. Y'all should definitely check that one out, because it's really cool. I mean, it's gonna be cool, I bet. I haven't seen it. And I did tell them I would prefab my central structure for them to be able to use. Unfortunately, I have not, you know, gotten to that stage yet. I was gonna prefab it after I get the central pump working, and I don't know if they might have just finished it by now. But basically, that's not to say that that's any pressure on you, Clan. Just want to be clear. I'm just saying that was my plan, was to be like, yeah, I mean, I can prefab it out now and let them use it, and but yeah, I just figured releasing a prefab of that central structure before it moves is going to be lame. Releasing it, you know, after it can move is going to be really cool. I'm also, like I've said a million times, going to do the struts on the side. I'm going to do the bridge. Basically, going to piecemeal this map into, you know, prefabs, because then new people who come in that want to do map design that can't do the scaling and all that like this will be able to just plop those into their map and make some cool stuff. I'd like to make a snow version. I want to turn all maps into snow maps. Snow is underrated. I agree. I also, I keep saying, I don't know if I've said it. Yeah, I think I have said it on stream. Anyway, I really, Sidewinder is my favorite map of all time. This was my second favorite map of all time. I'm just gonna snap that to there because it's actually Yeah, that's actually more correct, and it's going to be inside the wall over there, so even if that messed up alignment over here, it won't matter. Because the rocks start over here. Anyway, yeah, so I guess it'll matter on the prefab release. I'll clean things up on the prefab just to make sure everything's nice. Okay, so where was I? I was doing the light over here, and I need to do the outside part of the light because it still looks like garbage. Or like that YouTuber, Garbage. He has the best name. I don't know if y'all seen him. He's making a first-person shooter, and releases videos on his progress as he goes, and it's pretty funny. It's funny because it's especially funny to me because like his first-person shooter looks like mine was in Unity. We both were using Unity, and his like looks a lot like mine was last time I was messing with stuff. But yeah, it was, so that just always makes me chuckle because he's basically making the first-person shooter I was making, but without the end goal. It's a very different end goal. But yeah. Okay, I think that looks good. Oh nope, I put some Z fighting. Whoops. It's crazy that the Z fighting in Infinite only occurs whenever you're moving most of the time. Like, very rarely does it keep going whenever you stop moving. Oh, wow. I like to make it... Oh, yeah, beautiful aesthetic. Sidewinder has the perfect snow feel. Avalanche was good, too, in its own right. Containment is good. The only snow map that wasn't good was Snowbound, but it still looked good. Yeah. And then there's the remake of Turf, which is actually really cool. That's in, that was from Halo Online or whatever, and is now in Halo 3. And that one was really cool. That was an instant classic for me as soon as I saw it, and I'm like, wow, I don't usually like I didn't like any of the others from that map pack, I don't think. Was that supposed to be flat? I think it is. I think I got that right. It wasn't an angled one, was it? Yeah, flat. Okay, cool. Yeah, flat. So then out here I need to be angled, and it basically needs to be the exact same piece. What was I saying? Yeah, so, yeah, the remake of Turf, I forget what it's called, like Icebox or something? That one is really cool. I like that one a lot. As a snow one. Oh, yeah, Icebox is nice, yeah. You were just, I think you probably had even said that already, and I didn't look up. But yes, so Icebox is great. I am also a one for, oh, whoops. What the heck just happened? Okay, cool. Its undo was not wanting to work for a second. I thought it wasn't. I actually need this back here so that I can make the floor look correct down here. Terrible name, great map. Yes, exactly. Icebox is, yeah, a silly name. You know what I didn't do with the other light on the other side yet? I haven't made it Forerunner textures. I just made it a Forerunner. I just like sort of stretched it to the right dimensions, but I didn't set it to a texture. But let me angle this one first, and then I'll select both of them and do the textures for both at the same time. Apparently my scale is also a little bit off. Well, that's fine. I was just going to keep a little bit of the perimeter on the edge. But honestly, it's fine because this is more like the original. I don't know. It might look cooler to have the perimeter, but... Okay, I'm going to go down, so it's touching at the bottom. Because I need that. Oop, wrong button. C goes down on the keyboard. It's such a weird button binding, and I wish you could rebind. If I could make the controls with mouse and keyboard be exactly like Blender, I would do that in a heartbeat, and then everything would be faster. Like all of my forging would be faster because I would just be using mouse and keyboard all the time, and it would be so much better. The controls in Forge are fine; they're just not great. Like the mouse and keyboard controls specifically. The controller controls are 100%. You know. Oh right, I'm trying to switch the Unity aluminum. For a second, I forgot why I went in here. And then I realized, oh, yeah. But I mean, it's turf, so obviously turf is good. You know what I mean? Turf was fantastic the first time around, so it's going to be fantastic the second time as well. As long as you don't do too much to change it, and they didn't, so it was perfect. They did take out the scarab, which was a little bit lame. It also makes the destruction feel a little bit like... But I understand why. They probably didn't have the... resources to devote to arting out a scarab that's destroyed and on the ground, as opposed to the scarab that's actually in the campaign that's not destroyed until it blows up. But really, yeah, it does blow up, but it's not really like wrecked and like bent down and stuff like that. So they'd have to like go in and like grab the bones and like put them into the right position to do it. And I can understand why they decided not to do that. Okay, so that looks cool. It does look a little weird without, like, say, a piece like... Why is this rotating? Oh, that's what... Oh, see, it was rotating the different direction. Like this or something, or maybe actually here. And then scale this in to match up there. I feel like that is the best bet. Right, just like that, and that'll make it look nice with this upper floor area, which apparently is not quite lining up with this. Can't scale that out, so I need to bring these in. So let's do that. I don't know if the other one is going to have the same problem. That should solve it. Whoop, nope, that's not what I want to do. Switching back and forth from mouse and keyboard can be a mistake, can cause mistakes. Just bring that out. Okay. So that should match up everywhere. Is it causing any clipping issues? Oh, look at that. That is so close to being lined up perfectly. Oh, jeez. I'm so tempted to scale this and like figure out a way to make it line up, and I can because I can go into the wall there. Let's turn it around, see if it's close too. Okay. I have a lot of room to play with in that wall, and I knew that a long time ago. I thought about it, and I was like, whenever I get to this point, I'm going to be able to scale this in. I think... Oh, my daughter's awake. I need to get her some food. I might not end streaming. I might just get her some food and then keep streaming because just one of my kids is awake. She does need to start her schoolwork soon. Let's see. That is almost perfectly lined up. Let's see. You said something. They just made it look very Halo 3. Yeah, it did. Yeah, if you haven't played the new turf yet, it's awesome. It is. It's so good. It's definitely a worthy remake. And it's one of those, it's like that's what I would like to strive for. That's what like what is his name? Infinite Forges would make. You know what I mean? Like, he would make something like that good. And it would be really cool and mind-blowing. He's not interesting. Okay. This might finally be a piece that I can line up here. And then maybe line this up. Nope. Gonna have to turn off snapping so I don't mess everything up. I can't probably undo this. If I try to undo this piece. Where's my... movement? Oh, I'm not selecting anything. No? Where's my indicator? That's weird. Oh, the whole thing is a prefab right now. Oh boy. Okay, I see. Interesting. Okay. Well. I forgot I did that. I thought they were individual prefabs. So I need to look up. Where's my... There it is. Okay, so I don't want to mess this thing up. Let's see. Switching between mouse and keyboard and controller on console breaks the controls. It does that on PC too. It does that all the time, and I keep on having to do stuff. I have workarounds if you need them. Like workarounds. I mean, I just realized I need to line this back up now. Jeez, I didn't realize I had it as two different. I'm almost tempted just to hit undo and see if it messes with the... Wait, is that perfect? Did I just find the right spot? Yeah, okay, cool. So now I'll just unprefab it and select all these and line them up. But I will show you this. So let's say you're... What's going on here? Oh, that's a lighting issue. That'll probably fix whenever it bakes out, because that's just this light creating a weird shadow fragment thing. Okay, so let's say you're in here, right? You select something, like... I'll just remove that as a prefab. This thing snaps back into this position, so I'll just use it as an example. So I'm in here, I'm moving, right? And then I hit, and then I go, okay, cool. And then I deselect, and I think it's like this. And then whenever you do that, then you select something. Nope, it didn't break. So sometimes your tool up here, your deselect all for controller, disappears. And you'll like select a couple things, and like you'll move them and stuff like that. And then eventually the deselect all will disappear. And all you got to do is go back to the mouse and click it, and then it deselect all again on your controller, and the controller's deselect all will come back. Just restart the map. It's really buggy on console, like losing the ability to grab or move. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't remember if I have a workaround for that, but as you can see, something happened here with this slope. I'm not sure what it is. I want to make sure it's not scaled differently, but after that, it's probably about position. 181, 731, 302. Whoops, wrong button. And this is 181, yeah. Okay, so it is probably about this slope not being snapped. I bet it wasn't. I bet this slope wasn't part of that prefab or something dumb like that, and it ended up not being dragged along with the rest whenever I just moved it, because otherwise I'm not sure how that could have happened. Okay, good. There's not actual Z fighting there. That just happens whenever I deselect this one. Okay, snap. There, done. Okay, cool. Aligned. Very good. Oh, interesting. Oh. Thought I needed to turn that around, but apparently I didn't. This needs to come in here. And this one needs to be longer. By a hair. Which means this one needs to be adjusted too. All this lines up perfectly on the other side, but I just had to make some adjustments over here because I had to line this off of it, so them being not 100%, they're 0.001 off from each other. Also, you literally can't grab with mouse and on console. I only use mouse and keyboard for very specific reasons on very rare occasions. Okay. So but yeah, I was actually, whenever I very first was streaming, I was saying, well, hey, if you want mouse and keyboard, it should work on console, but I guess I was wrong. It probably doesn't work that great. Even worse than it does here. Why is it? Okay, I'm deselecting it, that's why. I was hitting the wrong buttons. Okay, here we go. So scratch them out. So I will stop recommend people use the mouse and keyboard on console, because yes, that's cool that you can do it, but it sounds like there are some major issues. I keep on deselecting it and then trying to go into the edit its things. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up a lot because this one could be all scratched up, but this one can't, and that will actually make a really nice, cool effect, like somebody, like way too many Spartans have like jumped over this ledge, you know, or have like used it to stop a power slide. Okay, so I think that lighting is good. Now all I need to do, oh wait, nope, not done yet, need to duplicate this. And flip it over, bring it down, snap into position. Keep on duplicating it because they're already yellow. My lights are, I've been duplicating and reusing the same lights over and over. Yeah, that'll work. And that should, I think I can bring up the brightness, the intensity. Or maybe I should bring down the intensity up here, actually. This one's set to 10 still. I think a 5 is probably good enough because you're supposed to light up the floor in this area. Like I said, I need to get up and get my daughter some food. She's waving at me. You literally don't get a pointer. You don't get a pointer? Like you don't get a... Wait, what? Like this. You don't get a mouse? That is so weird. Hi. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Minthaka. Nellen Minthaka. Very cool name. If that's your real name, that's especially cool. See, having had to name several human beings in my life, I have a very a keen interest in names. I'm going to prefab these and then duplicate it. Deselect, reselect, do that whole thing. Wow, that's crazy. I don't know why they would not give you a mouse. Like an actual cursor. That sounds ridiculous to me. Okay, gotta grab this and drag it over here. I could just duplicate it and put more than one down here, but no, I'm gonna reuse the same one the whole time like a proper appliance repairman, which I have done in the past professionally. Let's see. No snapping point? No snapping point. Delicious. Yummy. I love it. I love to not get snapping points whenever I should be getting snapping points. Oh, right. I know how to kind of fix that. If I remove the prefab, and then I deselect this one and reselect it, kind of makes it the primary. Yes. Yes. I'm so glad that works. Yeah, and I gotta realign these, just like I did with the other one. Perfect. And there we go. This is going to be inside a rock, I believe. Let me go over there, Master Chief Collection. I think at the underside of that is inside the cliff already, before I need to worry about anything. Yeah, it ends right at where the rocks start. So I don't need to worry about this continuing that way with like a frame piece. And the height of these is good enough. No problems, no problems. I didn't scale it in too far with the floor there. You don't get a cursor playing through the menus in Infinite either. Apparently it's going to get fixed for Forge, and 343 are aware of it. Interesting. Okay, well, at least it's going to be fixed soonish. Well, hopefully soon. But yeah. I mean, I think, if nothing else, we have learned why it's so, like, how long it takes. Just a second. I have a sneeze coming. Okay. How long it takes to make maps in this makes me feel like it somewhat explains how long it takes for 343 to get stuff done. I don't know why that feels right to me. Like, it just feels like it's, like, I know they're not building it in Forge, but it just feels like this kind of explains it. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I just like where the support goes, and that's it. I'm pretty sure. And I need to figure out a flag. I'm gonna search for a flag, or if someone has made the. I bet someone's made prefabs for the eagle and the and snake. You know, the cobra. So I'll look up those to see if someone's made prefabs for them. And if not, if I can't find one that I like, then I'll make it myself or something. But yeah. So yes, every part of the game is just busted enough to be difficult to work on, but not busted enough to be totally unplayable. Right? It's like everything is just good enough for me to have a good time playing it. And the fact that you can clamor on this now, and you couldn't in Halo 2, that's going to change up how you engage people. People will be hiding behind that cover. You're just going to go, boom, and get them. That cover's not going to be useful much at all anymore. Except for against snipers. You're going to be able to just get them. Just engage. It's going to be great. Okay, so, yeah. Oh, weird. Did the stream drop? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, okay, I think my internet is going down. Wow, and my current viewers just dropped to 3. I think, yeah, okay, it's really laggy all of a sudden. I'm seeing the lag now, myself. Okay, it's back. Morning stream, its current bitrate is low. Okay, honestly, that tells me my internet needs to be reset. So I'm glad that waited to happen until I was already saying I needed to go. The stretching of this texture looks terrible, and I'm going to totally make 2 pieces instead of just have the one stretched across and looking bad. But yeah, it's getting laggy. Feed yo kids. Exactly. I'm going. That's God telling me. You know, that's like fate telling me to. All right, get off the thing. Go ahead, feed your kids. That's like, you know, the universe, as they say. If not God. We won't get into that. And yeah, I gotta feed my kids. All right, I'm gonna tab over to that and get ready to in the stream. I will catch you guys later, and yeah, I'll be terraforming